for P, it was like 250, 300,000 we put into it.
Into one event?
Yeah, that's how much events cost you nowadays.
What?
I'm not even lying to you.
250 to 300.
Events cost you about that. Yeah.
Wow.
That's minimal, no?
Yo, my people. It's your boy, Evie the Kid. First and foremost, Happy New Year. We're here today for another episode of The Kid Show. Obviously, this year we had to start it off big. And I was talking to one of my homies, Summer, yesterday, and she's a DJ. And I told her I'm interviewing the most relevant DJ in Cape Town right now. And that's what I think you are, bro. So,
Yeah.
Mr. Clint L, how are you, brother?
I can't complain itself, bro.
I am blessed, bro. Listen,
Blessed, yeah.
you've been doing so much, bro. I don't even know where to start. You've had a crazy festive.
Crazy.
So I heard that you might have made 5 million over festive. But that's just the word on the
I
street.
really hope that what you hear comes true for me. Eh? I honestly do.
But you're on holiday now, and you've obviously had to take a holiday because I'm sure you've been working pretty hard. But bro, I want to talk about the beginning of your journey because you told me a bit about it while we were in the elevator.
Yeah.
But I want to hear from the beginning, not even about DJing, bro, just about you. Because if I not too much into your personal,
No, I get you. But
how you grew up.
But we're gonna have to do like a 4-hour episode.
4-hour episode.
For that, yeah. But so I'm from Port Elizabeth originally.
Is it still called Port Elizabeth? It's called.
Yeah. My age, we still in the Port Elizabeth vibe. I can't pronounce it so anyway, so I don't really want to. But I'm from Port Elizabeth. Was born 93. I'm 31 this year.
That scares me, bro.
Yeah.
Because
if it scares you, I'm sorry.
no, because I never expected it. I thought you were like, you look 24, 25, but you look my age, bro.
Nah, thank you very much.
You know what I mean?
But
people will say that I look older than you.
But yeah, I started DJing when end of 16, 17. So it's about 14, 15 years now.
Yeah.
Like I said in the elevator, so it was never really something in P itself. It's not really much opportunity.
Yeah.
So you always have to weigh your options up. I was into soccer, I was into DJing, obviously studies also. Never really went for in my studies, yeah. Then I came to a side where I had to like choose between the two. Obviously went the study route.
Yeah.
Because just in the household you grow up in the what you we exposed to. I was the government school, very just that knew what we saw about. Like that's about it. But throughout the years, I took long to get where I am now. Yeah. Like on the personal side, even just to be the person I am now, and being so chilled and laid back and not really worrying much, just trying to get myself going. You know?
You come across someone that's very, very chilled and like chilled but confident, bro. Like you know what you're doing, but you're very laid back.
Like I said, I don't. I've been now 2 years in Cape Town. I'm not from here, so my main goal when I moved up here, I'm not here to mess with anybody. I'm not here to tramp on toes. Yeah, I've had a few
Scuffles.
Not really scuffles. I've worked with a few people and just realized afterwards it's not really beneficial for me or for them. Because I'm very big on if we're going to work together, it needs to be beneficial for both sides. Yeah. You know. So I've tried some synergies here and there, but I can't complain about it because it's got me to where I am now at the moment, you know. So I thank the people I've worked with, but it's been a very long journey for me. I can't say that I always dreamt about this. Like I told in the elevator, it's Sip and Chill. I started Sip and Chill, so in 2018, myself and another quite few guys of us, we were about, I would say 10. We're about 5 now. We just scaled down to about 5 or 6 of us now. But we started Sip and Show in 2018. Started with Sunday events, and my main goal was to be event organizer. It still is. It's just that obviously now the Clint L brand has taken off, so I'm also obviously pushing that at the moment.
Yeah, of course.
But this year I am going back to the event organizing and trying to get Sip and Show where it is, because at the end of the day, we have to be realistic about not everything lost. Yeah. Especially when it comes to content and
entertainment industry.
Yeah. So people are always going to party. So like from the entertainment, the event organizer side, that is something that I can have something sustainable and to go on to in the next 10, 15 years, you know.
Okay, interesting, bro. So you are now 18 in GQ.
Yeah.
You finished school. School, right?
Yeah.
What's your aspirations at the time, bro? Because you mentioned football, you mentioned DJing,
studying,
you mentioned studying.
Look, like I said, my head was all over. Like the background we came from and the schools we went to and stuff, there wasn't much depth into it, and you become one of those lighties, man, where you live for the moment. Yeah. And it happened. I got stuck in that for from 18 until about 24, 25.
Sure, 6 years of
So it's like just
of living in the moment.
living in the moment, bro, and like not knowing exactly where you're gonna go to and all that stuff. So it was a bit tough. I'm not gonna lie, it was tough on my parents, on the people around me, and all of that, But I can't complain about it.
Yeah, of
I
course.
think it made me, it molded me into the person I am now, and I know I don't want to go back to that person that I was,
Because for me also, when I was about 18, bro, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to play football as well. I thought, I'm gonna be a footballer. I thought by the time I was 19, I would have been playing for Real Madrid or someone. When you're younger, you have all these dreams,
aspirations,
all these aspirations, and then you get to 18. I feel like the year from 18 to 19 is probably one of the most difficult times as a kid, bro. Because that first year out of school, bro, I was suffering. I was fighting for my life.
Yeah.
But I think as you gradually realize what you want to do, I didn't even know that this is what I wanted to do.
I'm pretty much sure, like,
Same.
the area where we come from and what the background we come from, this wasn't anything for us.
Yeah.
People, even if you thought about doing it, people frowned on it because there's no big real role models for us.
Yeah.
That we can reference of.
That's actually fact. And I feel like, especially for parents, because parents always be like parents have seen doctors. They have seen nurses from your neighborhood.
Successful nurses.
They've seen successful
doctors,
people in that sense. So when you have a dream that is out of the ordinary, they sort of like, there's no reference for them to look at. Oh, that's where it's going.
Look at the apartheid side. I'm sorry to bring that.
Yeah,
up, but the apartheid side, they never had the opportunity we had, and for them, any opportunity was opportunity because they had no opportunity. So the small opportunities we had to go to school, to go to university and all of that stuff, that was the major things for them because they didn't have it coming up. So we can't really blame them
of course.
pushing us in that, But also for us, we needed to find our own identity for our age group or for our what are we, Gen Z? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
we're not
the same. We're not the same.
I think I'm a millennial or Gen Z.
Yeah, I think you're a millennial.
Millennial, yeah. So even for that, like you just need to build your own up. I come from a time when there was no internet. To come into a time when there was internet. To come into a time when there was Mixit, and then social media really started booming. And when I started doing events, I was the old school guys having to plug posters up on the walls and stuff.
Old school marketing, bro.
Old school marketing by word, flyers out on the robots and stuff. But now it is I think like I said, that all that whole experience just molded us to get where we are now at the moment, and to be able to make it sustainable for ourselves.
It's actually interesting that you mentioned like how you come from a generation with no internet to now coming to it's like you constantly have to adjust to what's happening. So I feel like there's this two options you can take in life right now. There's a safe option where you go and get a job, which is what everyone is obviously doing. But there's another option where you can become I don't know what's the right word, bro. Where you can become self-employed, basically.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, entrepreneur. Yeah. So what type of challenges do you face as an entrepreneur, bro? Because for me personally, sometimes I think to myself, if I was working a job, I know my pension is being saved up for me. I know my taxes is covered for me. I know all those other things that I have to deal with myself because I am self-employed would be covered. So like for you, what type of challenges do you face?
Look, I think me and you, especially, those two different categories, like I'm a DJ in entertainment and you content creator. But I think it's basically more or less the same because we are starting from scratch. Like we don't really have anybody to guide us in this. Everything is trial and tribulation every time we do it. We don't have someone to say, look, this is what you're supposed to go through. This is how we have entrepreneurs that can guide us in entrepreneurship, yes. But obviously each sector has its own challenges.
Yeah.
So your challenges and my challenges are complete different challenges, and we don't have people to guide us within that challenges. So we have quite a bit of L's before we get to the W's, And I've taken plenty of L's, and I'm prepared to take more L's because at the end of the day, L is a lesson. It depends on perspective how you
look at it. And you do mention like the different sectors. Now for you, if you had to advise someone like coming up or leaving school, what did you say is the best route to take?
And look,
for you, from your perspective,
from my perspective,
whether it's a safer job or entrepreneurship.
One thing I've noticed is with this whole journey of becoming like just a better person and stuff, like a lot of people have their own, or they destined for their own road and own journey. They have their own destination they need to get at. Just make sure you don't veer off your destination according to other people's opinions and I would say advice they give you, because at the end of the day you have your own identity, you know where you want to be. Yes, you might have different roads to get there, like we all have taken detours and all of that stuff that we need to do, but just don't lose yourself within it. If you want to become a doctor, I can't stop you from becoming a doctor. Go study your 7 years. If that's your passion, that's your passion. I have people that is very close to me that are chartered accountants, they are lawyers or whatever they are, and that's their journey.
Yeah.
And as long as you respect my journey, I'm going to respect your journey at the end of the day. And that is, I think, the biggest thing. Push each other as much as we can. Try to help each other as much as we can. But also don't try to just take the whole time.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of people that, and I think you will face the same thing, is that people want to work with you, but there's more they want to take from you. And they don't want to bring in much to the table, And that is what you need to learn, I think, from just as a person itself.
It's good that you mentioned that, because, bro, I've had like artists and like, I won't say artists, but like artists or DJs that will ask me, yo, EB, put me on the show. I'll put them on the show. And obviously for me, it's not the easiest to put an artist that doesn't have any hype or a DJ that doesn't have any hype on the show.
No, definitely.
Doesn't do great numbers. So I'm basically doing them a favor, essentially. And then a few months later, you'll be like, bro, can we do this or can we do that? And it's mice. You don't hear anything from people. And I feel like that's one of the challenges you face in this industry is people want to take. And Dave has this bar where he says like everybody's going to take until there's nothing left. So people just want to take from you, and when you're irrelevant, they forget about you completely. Do you know what I mean?
I've seen it happen already, yeah. So I think also personally, you just need to build your barrier to say like, look, this is how far I'm willing to work. And I think that's where I am now, is where, and a lot of people will call you things, they'll call you arrogant, they'll call you keeping you liquor and all of that stuff. But you need to know what you're worth, and you know what you're worth. I know what's my worth. You said it also now. I come across very chilled, but I'm also very confident in what I do. So I know what the product I'm selling, the experience I'm selling. I'm very confident in that.
Yeah.
So and that is where I kind of set my barriers. Like me and you walking together now, you're the most relevant guy on the content side now, and like you said, I'm now one of the most relevant guys on the DJ scene at the moment. I work very close to the UGC also with Aiden and
Brandon. Yeah, shout out UGC, my gang.
UGC, yeah. So it just makes the brands align very nicely. I'm doing work with them that side. Why would it be a problem? Because I'm not gonna lie, I've had people ask me to be on podcasts. People are just getting numbers, but I just don't see the benefit in it.
Yeah.
So I need to align myself with people that is going to be beneficial for me, and I can add some value to their side or something.
That's
and
brilliant,
I think that's
bro.
the biggest one.
Yeah, and I think today just makes sense, bro. But bro, I want to talk about your journey again. Obviously, you're in GQ now. What sparks what's the right word? What sparks the decision to move to Cape Town, bro? Like, how far is your brand?
Yeah, so I've been in and out. So you spoke about it just now. 18 to 19, that's just after school. I moved up to Cape Town for like a year. Come study here and kind of get the feel.
What did you go study?
Civil engineering. I failed it miserably. Don't get me wrong. Don't make it. I'm not gonna make it sound like I was getting somewhere in it. I wasn't getting anywhere in it. And then I came up, also caught on just living in the moment. Failed. Passed. Failed. Just trying to keep my parents happy, and keep the vibe in the house liquor, because you don't want to wake up to quarreling every morning. So then moved back to PE because it wasn't really for me, and then. I've just always, my brother-in-law is from Cape Town, so we've always been in between Cape Town, and I have quite a few friends here. Before I was even a DJ, I think the friends I have here know me before I was even a DJ, or like the DJ I am now, And then got a job. I was a technician at BMW. I studied civil engineering, went into mechanical. That's when you just have maths and physics. That's all they want, and you're like, okay, nah, there we go. And then the scene was so saturated in P. Like it was, look at the moment, P is not the biggest city. Let me get say that somewhere. P is not the biggest, so like I said, the opportunity is less, and just everything that happens there is way less compared to how it used to be. And then we started Sip and Chill, and Sip and Chill started in P. It started booming, booming.
Now at that time, I think Sip and Chill. Sorry to break your word,
no problem.
But Sip and Chill for me is like a more chilled event with old music. At that time when you started it, was that idea for it? No.
So Sip and Chill, so R&B was always a factor in Sip and Chill, R&B, old school. But there was never we actually started, and the guys always laugh to it, we started Sip and Chill because I'm a piano. Because we had no place to play on piano. We were like 3 DJs that really loved our piano, and we had no place to play it.
Yeah.
And
but why didn't you have any place though?
Because P, like I said, the scene was saturated. It was either like the deep house scene, or like your normal. There was literally nothing else happening in P. There was two events. Fuse, shout out to Fuse and shout out to Debro. That was the only two events that's still going on in P at the moment. But further than that, there was no other events. There was just like bars happening and all of that stuff. So P was completely dead. And we weren't getting bookings. I think I used to get the booking every second month at 300 an hour.
300 an hour.
That was it. So then we were like, we had because obviously in school, I mean, I started DJing. The same thing happened when I started DJing is the fact that I never got a platform to DJ on.
Yeah.
So I needed to create my own platform. So we started like with Scene Munich, myself and Scene Munich started, shout out to Scene or so. We started doing like club events and stuff when I was very young, 17, 18.
Yeah.
So then obviously fast forwarding now to about 26, 27. And then I had this background. We had the people, all of us, the guys in our crew, we quite well established guys within P, you know, quite a few people know us. So we're like, why not just start our own events and get it going? We could play our music, what we want to play. And from that, but the main thing was on the piano side.
Yeah.
But then piano became commercialized. And then everybody
started playing it, yeah.
And then we just started integrating more of different type of genres, deep house. We hosted the millions of people, or not millions of people, but like we hosted like different type of genres. We had Dawson, we had the couple. We've had quite a bit within Sapential, and that I think that the identity of Sapential just became a full-on events company.
Was this while you were in GQ?
In GQ.
In GQ. You had the likes of Dawson there already.
Yeah. No, GQ's been moving. GQ we've had, I think, compared to Cape Town, I've only brought about Kent and Dawson to Cape Town so far. When I speak now national basis, scene. In P, we've had about, I would say, 15 to 16 nationals already. Julian Gomes, Cool the Song.
So at that time, it was already a big thing.
Sapential was very, very big in P. And obviously not knowing anything, we, like, as the money came in, we put it out. We tried growing the brand bigger and bigger instead of being realistic of the size of PE and the magnitude, to just kind of filter out the people that don't really enjoy Sapential and just having a solid amount of people that just continuously comes and changes. And I think we had like a year of madness and then
it just started to plummet.
Yeah, not like plummet completely. People were still aware of it, but it wasn't relevant anymore. And then obviously me not knowing anything, I thought my world was crumbling.
Yeah.
People were like, how do I get it now?
Yeah.
And you just get yourself more and more into debt. You get owing this one, that one. Yeah, event organizing is not really for the
that's actually an interesting aspect because I've thrown events and luckily for me, I have a huge following on social media. So for me, I've never had like a bus where I didn't I wasn't able to pay people.
I can give you some insight into it. Our first Groove Garden, we had 2,500 people. That banged, we made enough money. It was mad. First year. Second year, we were like, okay, now if we have 2,500 people last year, we should get about 2,500 people this year. And we planned for it, I think, like the budget for the event. And obviously in P, we don't have really sponsors. Because sponsors, you get to realize that sponsors is mostly about buy-ins nowadays. So you need to have some sort of establishment to kind of justify why sponsors need to give you this amount of money, you know. So we didn't have any sponsors, so it was all self-funded, and we put quite a bit of money. When I would say quite a bit, I think that for P it was like 250, 300,000 we put into it.
Into one event?
Yeah, that's how much events cost you nowadays.
What?
I'm not even lying.
250 to 300.
Events cost you about that. Yeah.
Wow,
that's minimal, no. I don't want to go to like.
This is events excluding. But this is a very huge event. I get.
Yeah, 2,500 people. So like we're planning for it, and tickets are going slow, and we're like, we're confident. Last year's tickets only picked up a week before, and the event came and we only had like 250 people.
Sure.
And that covered like not even a tenth of what the event cost us.
So what did you do then?
And then I went into COVID. Then I went into that like owing my sound people, tents people, everybody.
Yo, that must be like crazy because now you're going into COVID and you're stuck with yourself and your thoughts. There's no way for you to make money.
Yeah, and those people also in the entertainment industry, so they need their money because also they're not getting any sort of income. So it was a very bad time. COVID at that time, it felt like the world was like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And then, but like you say, you sit with yourself and you're like, but the only person who can get me out of this is myself. The Like, you at home 21 days and became so much days and became so much days. Then they give you a little bit and they close it again.
They close
like
it
all
again,
of that stuff, yeah. But coming back to that, so I know we went off topic. But
Yeah.
So within that, we started Sip and Chill 2018. April 2019 was our first event in Cape Town, just to see and to put it kind of on our portfolio to say that we done events in Cape Town, and that was a bang. And then we done 2 events after that, but then obviously now with COVID and everything else happening, we just stopped in Cape Town.
Yeah.
So it only reignited in Cape Town 2021.
So I still want to understand like your choice to permanently move to Cape Town.
Yeah, so when 2021 started, that was like me and you spoke now with the Clint L thing.
Oh yes. We're gonna speak about that. I don't know if we should talk about it before we get to the party, but I want to like just understand your transition, and then we'll go into
Look, like I say, Sip and Chill was already in Cape Town, and that was our plans. Obviously, when we were doing well, that was kind of, we wanted to grow and get out of PE, because we kind of knew what PE, the limitations PE had to it, because it's a much smaller city than Cape Town, and Cape Town is like one of the capitals of partying, So when we came up, then I started 2021 again, and then we started also, like obviously now I had this old refined Clint Lochenberg as myself, refined that person during COVID, and we kind of refined the Sip and Chill brand within that. And then I was like,
sorry to break your word
no
again.
problem.
At that time when you moved to Cape Town, did you pay all the money that you owed?
Most of it.
Most of it.
There's some people that like I don't really deal with anymore, because the way that they dealt with certain things, it was just not the way I
How did you get the
liked
money?
it. Hey?
How did you get the money?
Well, there's like credit cards and stuff. That's mad, bro. Look, there's certain people that I just came, that we spoke to, and we said, okay, now look, they understand what's going on, and we're going to continue using your business further, and we'll try to obviously just get that back somehow. But everybody was so like especially in the entertainment industry during COVID, everybody's heads were, I think everybody lost it a bit.
Yeah.
Because we weren't used to it. So everybody had a lot of back and forth with each other, arguments. That was mad.
Yeah.
Like my headspace at that time, the amount of things that's going on, because there's nothing going on now.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And you're in your head, everything is going on. Like you can't plan forward, you can't get done with the back, and the present is just messy. But then now COVID went done, and then we finished COVID. Or not finished COVID. COVID was like lifted a bit, and then we started events in Cape Town again, because PE was way difficult. Like PE was much more difficult to get people to start coming out again, because people were still a bit wary of the COVID thing, And then, but for 6 months in Cape Town when I started 2021, I lost, for each event I lost money, like for 6 months after each other. First event I start, I lose 15 grand. The next event I lose 10 grand. The next event I lose 7 grand.
But then how do you...
only started breaking even maybe like start of last year.
How did you fund it though? What were you doing at the time? Did you have a separate job?
So you gather what you get from DJing, like
yes.
You
You
work
were
everything as
doing
much
gigs.
as you can, And at that time also, I just walked into an investor that had the same vision and same mindset as me. And he kind of basically funded and he helped us. Look, when I say I lose 10K in the next event, that 10K is on that event.
Yeah.
It's like I have I'm in minus 10K on the January event. February, I'm already 10K deep.
Yeah.
So I need to make this 10K back before I can do anything else. And then I make that 10K back, make enough and I'm left with a 6K debt. So like it was a small journey, but luckily, like I said, the investors and the people around us at the time who was funding it, inclusive of myself, we kind of understood the journey. And we understood where we were with COVID and how we need to get the people slowly but surely coming out again. But it was
trials and tribulations.
Yeah, no, I can't explain to you exactly. We had a whiteboard and we wrote everything down.
Yeah,
it was literally as it came.
Wow, that's brilliant. And let's go back into 2020. You start the mixes, because I feel like that's probably one of the things that are taking you to the next level. And you spoke to me in the elevator about how you started with something else, then you ran out of music.
Look, we've always been innovative. That's one thing I can say. Between myself, Ben B, one of my very close friends, and DJ, and Shoaib Saidin, also a very good DJ. We the three Sip and Chill DJs. We have a lot of other DJs, but we the three, the fronts, the origin, we call them. So we've always been innovative, and entertainment's always been our thing. Like we've been when I say 13 years, I'm a DJ. I'm 13 years a consumer. So
Yeah.
like, you know, so I've always liked entertainment and going out and enjoying it with my friends and stuff. So for us to, when COVID happened, we found a nick of like, we can get a permit to say that we're shooting live streams. In order for us to shoot live streams, we can get our content out. See with some sponsors, maybe, because some that at that time sponsors also, they adjusted themselves to paying for live streams and all that stuff, you know. And then see some sponsors can't jump on board. And within that, we get to chill with ourselves, like with our friends.
Yeah,
and stuff,
you can
know.
chill with friends.
So when we get the permit, we can meet up whenever. We just to be home at a certain time, or we must sleep over somewhere. But and then we started with the live streams, and it was like the live streams weren't doing wow, but it wasn't also. It was something that just kept us going. And then, like I told you, I think it was my fifth live stream where I ran out of music. Like like I played everything. I've played house. I played R&B. So originally I'm a house DJ.
Yeah.
All my life. I only started with R&B kind of during COVID.
They say house is the easiest to play though. You just press and start.
Simple BPMs, you just press and it goes.
It's a lot of
intro. No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm a house DJ myself. I still love house DJ. But if you look at the other genres, it's not as, I'm a piano and house is very sought after. Like they have, whether it's minute intros, where you have a minute to actually bring the track in and listen if it's not running horses, everything is in place, all the beats align. Anyway.
Yeah.
So then I was out of music, and then I had this on my flash. I had this old music that my mom didn't used to listen to it. I also listened to, but it was never something I played. And I done a mix with it, and that mix done, like, people didn't want me to, because what I used to do, because we wanted people every weekend watching our live streams, if we put up this live stream, we only leave it for 3 days. We'd remove it. Because you must watch the next one, you know, and we don't also want all that content up there. So that also we were allowed to play around with a few tracks that you can play last week, that you can play this week again, you know. And then when I released that mix, and people were like, and I was like, I remember telling Ben, so let's just leave it on for 2 weeks. And then that time, 1,000, 2,000 views was like,
a lot, yeah.
A lot, because we were only getting like 30, 40 people watching our live streams, and then 100 or 200 views. And I think within the first week, we got like 2,000 views. And we were like, this is
made it.
We made it. And then, just over the time being, then that particular one, I never really worried about it until people started commenting on it and started growing views. It went to 10,000, then 20,000. Then when I think it hit 100,000, I was like, okay, now I have something.
Yeah.
You know.
How was that feeling though? Like,
look, I didn't know the benefit in at that. At that time, I fighting with YouTube because I'm more upset of why you guys don't want to pay me for copyrighted music and all that stuff. Not thinking of how I can monetize it on my own, you know, like I am now at the moment. And I'm more upset about YouTube. We're trying to get programs in that can, what you call it, the copyright kind of just run past the copyright so that we can monetize our stuff. And then, at that time, I didn't know what I had. And then I went to look at the analytics one day. Never knew what analytics was. I went to go look at it, and I was like, yo, Cape Town is...
There's a lot of people in Cape Town.
There's a lot of people at Cape Town listening actually to the stuff. And then I done the Sweet Oldies 2.0 because that is the big ones for me.
Yeah. And
then with that too, I just started getting quite a bit of attention from Cape Town. And then obviously now during COVID, the Cape Town attention whilst in COVID finishing, and then 2021 happened, and I was like, okay, now let me see what's happening here. Then just slowly but surely, slow progress.
So you obviously right now it's probably like millions of views you averaging on YouTube. Now at that time when you start stepping out, do people like recognize you and people start saying like, yo, aren't you the man of the mixes? And how's that feeling for you, bro? Like people asking for pictures?
Look, I can't complain. It's a very good problem to have. But sometimes I'm a very, I like going places. I like being me, and I like saying what I want to say, chilling with who I want to chill. I'm not really someone to dress up and stuff, you know, and need to be like, because I've never felt the need to be seen, because I've always, like with the event organizing, we're always behind the covers. We'll go DJ here and there, but you DJ for the people that you grew up with all your life. In PE, especially PE, everybody knows everybody. So you don't really feel phased with them. And now with this last 3-4 months, it's become a bit more serious when like I'm an actual brand. I've been handling myself like a brand since last year already. Since the start of last year, I've been handling all my channels and stuff like brands. But now I'm feeling like being actually like a brand, and having to take pictures here. I can't go to Canal, walk alone, like all of that small stuff, you know. Like the pictures are very good because it's at the end of the day, it's exposure for us, you know. But sometimes also like I just finish a sit and it's like I just want to go sit and play for 4 hours now. Just let me sit a bit. And then, like I'm not the youngest of young, so I just want to sit and have a chill a bit. And I don't mean to be any other way. It's just that I'm also human at the end of the day, you know. And now I understand because I used to be that person that never understand how the rest, like the Kens and so people, how they would just like not avoid it, but be so
reluctant to take pictures
and introverted at event spaces, you know. And then you come to realize it afterwards that because pictures, especially at events, pictures is like it's a recurring thing. If one person see it,
then everyone wants to take a picture.
And there's a line, and you're like, and you can't say no to this because there are people standing in the line, you're feeling some sort of like you can't necessarily, because those people, and for me it's a bit different because people watch me every day. They watch me when they're chilling, when they're cooking, they're cleaning the house and stuff. So I become a part of the household. So people feel like they kind of know me, you know. And I can't also, that is the persona that I'm coming across to them. I need to also like align to that for them, you know. So it's a bit of a rock and a hard space for me, But it's a very good problem. I can't complain about it. It's just something I just deal with. You know?
So you mentioned that the first 6 months you are losing money all the time. Then eventually you start getting
breaking even.
You start breaking even. You start breaking even. Yeah, I was gonna say you start making money.
I start breaking even. And then just your persistence, bro. Consistency and persistence. Like I think that is the biggest thing. And that was not only me, it's the people around me. Having like-minded people around you. I think that is the biggest thing that I come to learn now. Like it doesn't matter how long you're friends with certain people, and it doesn't matter what type of history you have with those people. If they're not like-minded especially in your business journey. Yes, you can be friends with them on your private, personal side, but just business-minded, you need to have people that's like-minded that can see your vision. If not see your vision, trust you on your journey for that vision, you know. So I had the right people around me, but luckily for me, even my friends that I know, look, the 5 people in Serpent Show, 3 of them I know for 21 years. We come from grade 1 together. And the other 2 I know for like 12, 13 years already.
So it's people you've known.
And I'm lucky to have, we've all experienced together, we've all grown together. So we're all at the same level now to say like, okay, now we all trust each other's vision. You know? So I think that's the best luck I've had now for so far.
And then after you start breaking even, and then you eventually start making money, and you said
millions.
You said I heard a different story. I was there by SARS last night. They were showing me your books. But now you said the beginning of last year you start becoming profitable.
Yeah, look, end of 2020 or so. So also, I forgot to mention that, and that was a big part, is that the PE events obviously when COVID went away, kind of, when anything open, the PE events came back slowly but surely, and we were doing well.
Yeah.
That was kind of also funding the Cape Town events.
So you were doing it simultaneously?
Simultaneously, yeah.
So you were doing one in PE, one
yeah. So we'll either have one on one day, or we'll do the one Sunday and the next Sunday, like that. And that will kind of maintain the whole Cape Town thing. But obviously everybody understanding that Cape Town we need to stop, because we started again on zero with Cape Town. We only had 3 events prior to that, and that was like 2 years ago. So then we started, and then that started, and then when it started funding itself, then it was like, okay, nah. But also us taking no L's here and there, whether it's in P, whether it's in Cape Town. And then, look, I can't even exactly tell you when and how it happened. It was such a journey of, you take 3 steps forward and take 10 steps back.
But I also get that now, but how are you living, bruh? Because all your money is going to the events, so where you sleeping, what you eating?
The people around me, bro, there was a time where I obviously now, when I moved up only 2020, what's it, 2024 now, 2022, May 2022, I moved up officially. Prior to that, I had friends that was accommodating me, friends that would help me out. There was times like you said, I didn't have money at all. And it's not like I have money now, but like I didn't have, like I had absolutely nothing. Because of the background I come from, like I said, we grew up and stuff. All of us, it wasn't me alone and didn't have money. All of us, our mothers got or bought us what they could at that time. But that was like that was like compared to what we have now. Like we're way more blessed than what when we grew up. But at that time, as you valued a bit, like the value of things was a bit more better, and obviously the stuff we were exposed to, we were just happy with, to have food on our table and to have a roof over it, because the people you went to school with, there was people that had less than what you had at school and stuff, you know. So we were more gracious at that time, or grateful at that time. But I just got to a point of, because 2020 I also had nothing. So I was like, you know what, in 2020 I realized, like, even if I have nothing, I'm still someone.
Yeah.
If it makes sense. The material stuff I wear and the stuff I drive and the things I drink or whatever it is, that means absolutely nothing to who I am at the moment. And I think that's the biggest thing that keeps me going, is because everything can fail tomorrow for me. And I'll still be fine. Because I have the ability to make money. You know, and I'm very blessed with that.
And that's actually an interesting concept though, because once you've hit rock bottom, bro, you can't get lower than that.
Can't get lower than that.
And you've made it from low.
And once you pull yourself out the rock bottom, you yourself, no one gave you a span or anything. You had to work yourself out of it. You're quite fine after that.
Yeah, then there's nothing in life that can actually stop you after that. Brilliant.
Unless a bus hit me tomorrow, and that stops me. That stops me completely. But
So,
other than that, yeah, nah,
You
I'm
just
cool.
keep going. So 2022, you move you officially now. Your event is doing well. You're getting huger. You're getting bigger. You said your first gig was 300 rand. You like, how much you used to charge per hour?
Yeah.
How
No,
much-
start of last year, I was getting about not even 10% of what I'm charging now.
How much you charge now? Above 10k.
Eh?
Above 10k.
Yeah, no,
for a booking.
definitely.
Yeah, and at that time you're probably earning, how much were you doing last year?
800, 1,000 rand.
800,000 rand,
Started
all the way to
January.
above 10k.
So it's also very difficult for people to understand that now, that I was that price and they want to book me now and I'm like this price.
And that's actually interesting, because I feel like that's one of the biggest problems we have with Cape Town DJs. Because Cape Town DJs, I hate to say this, and I feel like it's also the same for an influencer. We're just running in circles. So it's 800 gig, 800, 800, 800, 800. As an influencer, let's say you're an influencer and you charge 10k for a video, and you're working with brands and you run after brands, run after brands, run after brands. And eventually it's going to get to a point where you're not as relevant anymore. You're not getting any influencer deals. You're not getting any DJ gigs. Then I feel like as a creative, you sort of need to transition. And you've been able to transition from the 800 rand guy to
But
the
you also need to
above-
justify it. Like you can justify why you want to charge your prices.
Yeah.
You can justify it with this. You can justify it with the brand deals you have going. So you need to justify it. I'm not say I don't want to be, because I'm an event promoter at the end of the day also.
Yeah.
I'm an event organizer. So I understand an event organizer side and I understand the DJ side.
Yeah.
I can't justify paying you 10 grand if you're not adding value to my event. If you're just another person on the lineup. If I'm
Yeah.
going to headline you, then it makes sense. But then you also need to bring that amount of people for me so I can justify that.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So I think that is where where it becomes a bit tricky for people, because people, and they think they add more value and they think they're good, and most of the time they are good and they do add value, but they don't have anything to justify it with. Like they don't have the numbers for it. Like you on. Like I'm not really big on social media. I'm only big on social media because of the brand at the moment.
Yeah.
You know. But like I looked October last year, end of October last year, and that was about 3 months ago, 4 months, let's say. I was on 8,500 followers. I'm on about 23,000.
Yeah, so you grow quite a bit, yeah.
Like everything, just all my stuff, the events I've been doing has grown from 300 people to 500 people to 600 people. In Josie, I've been pulling, both my events has been 1,000 people. Obviously, I'm going to grow myself a bit more.
Yeah.
But the things I've been doing kind of justifies why I'm charging what I'm charging. And if you don't want to pay it, it's cool. You can get
Understandable.
someone else. I fully understand. There's no bad vibes with it. But you can't be doing January last year. You can't be charging 800 rand and then want to charge now 8,000 rand, but you're still doing the same things you were doing in January last year.
And there's no growth.
There's no growth in it, and you don't have really a pull in it. So it's a very fine line of I understand where DJs come from, because DJs are underpaid.
Yeah.
But you also need to work hard enough and get that growth so that you can start demanding more pay because of what you've been doing. You have a portfolio to say, look, this is what I've done now over the last
Yeah.
year, you know. Like, yeah, I think that is the biggest thing. But like this guys that's pushing as hard as like, especially in the colored culture. You have Envy and you have Liam Munns that has been, I think they for Cape Town at the moment in the colour culture. They've been pushing quite a bit.
They've been going crazy. Envy Funk especially. Envy Funk has been at it
Envy's
for
been
years.
at it for years, and it's been very sustainable and dominant.
You know, for me, I used to dislike Envy Funk until this one day he played my event and I was like, yo, this guy's a superstar. You know what I mean?
Nah, like look, even like the things I do and the stuff, like me and Envy, our brands don't necessarily align because I'm very much R&B and he's very much Ngom.
Yeah.
But there is no bloody reason for me to not root for him.
Yeah.
Because he's part of us. He's part of our culture. And me and him spoke actually now on Sunday. And it's so lucky to see that our people moving forward, man. And because, like I said, we've not, and I've watched your things and I've listened to your upbringing, and I would say you fall also under the colored culture bracket.
Yeah,
you know?
quite a bit of my elements, yeah.
Of that. So you would know that we've not really had people to represent us. So as much as I owe it and Envy owe it and Liam Ansem owe it, I think the rest of the guys also owe it, that's coming up and becoming something to push that for us, you know, and also to have all the responsibility to maintain that, and also put a nice front up for everybody for people to understand, you know, because we've had colored soccer players, we've had the yellow colored stuff except DJs.
Yes, with like national-wide, huge DJs,
you know, and I'm slowly but surely getting there. As much as Liam is, as much as Envy is. Look, there's other guys also we've had, like from P itself. I'm obviously just speaking Cape Townian based.
Yeah, of course.
But from P itself, we've had the talent in P is mad. We've had Scene Munich, like I said. We have Ali B. We have who's this still? Look, the Benadem is coming up now. Chayim. Rest in peace 4-7, we have Luke M, all of that people. And what's like about us is that we all from, so in P we subdivided almost when part it started, is that all the colored areas was in one area, and that's as big as Mitchell's Plain. Not even, it's quite a small area compared to Cape Town now. So all of us are from that area and all that talent there. So as much as I'm doing it for the color culture, I'm doing it also for my northern area people where I'm from originally, the P side, you know. And you will see always when I move, when I go to events and stuff, I try to take all my people with me.
Yeah.
Because if I'm building this footprint for us, I would like all of us to benefit from it. Because I'm going to benefit also from it at the end of the day. Because if we have more of established DJs that's with me, my events benefit. That's essential, you know.
Of course, yeah. The more you have, the more superstars you have in your team, the more the event grows. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. So I think that is what I'm trying to just build now within this year that's coming.
Yeah.
Because the Clint L, as much as the Clint L thing is happening now, and Clint L is a big thing at the moment. It's like I said, it's not going to last forever for me.
It's actually a good mindset actually to have, bro. And I feel like for me also, I feel like we have a lack of like YouTubers in Cape Town. Like I can mention you 3 YouTubers, and I feel like if there was more YouTubers, say for instance, I don't have an idea today, I can go collab with another YouTuber, and then we both benefit from it. But the fact that we've only got like 3 prominent DJs, which is myself, I would say just Chavez and Chief Matt, it makes it difficult for us to be as big as we'd like to be. But in Joburg, there's like 15, 20.
Everybody works together,
and everyone just works together because there's so much superstars. But with us, we struggle. And that's actually a good point that you made there. But bro, I've came to one of your events, probably one or two.
Yeah.
And I've seen the likes of Kevin Hunt there, and like there's some big people there. So
I have.
who's the biggest person that you've been like surprised, like, yo, you actually came to my event?
Recently, it's been quite a few. I have quite a few soccer players that come also. Kevin Hunt is actually quite big.
Yeah,
actually, Kevin Hunt is very big. So what works in my favor is also that I obviously on the DJ side and then the event side, I've worked with the likes of different sorts of DJs and national DJs.
Yeah.
So I kind of keep that relationships open with them also. So I'm at the point now where I can invite you over and say, look, you come, out, man, come have a chill or whatever. You come, you don't come. Obviously also not putting any pressure on them, but I've had quite a few. Yeah, like it's. I'm obviously in the moment.
Is there not one person you can mention that was like, yo, you actually here? I can't believe this, that you didn't invite. No.
Nah. No, I'm like on top of my head. Nah. The thing is like, I think that's also been the biggest thing of our events. It's not about who you are and how much you come spend there. Everybody's equal, and that was my thing that I came up from P with. I came up here. Was that the events we have is not particularly for A-list people and this.
Yeah.
If you come into my event, we're all equal at the end of the day. You know? Yeah, if there is some person that needs a bit more security because of pictures and this and that, we're going to add that for them. But I would like all my people, we all sit at the same table. There's no VIPs by me or so. I do table packages. But that's just for you to get a table, a couch or whatever. It's not like you're more important than the rest of the people.
Of course,
pay for that, obviously. But everybody goes to the same toilet. Everybody gets the same experience. Because at the end of the day, like I said, just the material things and your social
Status.
is not really who you are. You come in here to enjoy an experience with music, DJs, good food, good pipes, whatever it is. You come in there for that experience. So I would rather have you just enjoy that as your personal self rather than who you are and how much money you have. You know?
That's brilliant, bro. There's two things that you mentioned. You mentioned about the Clint L brand, obviously the Sip and Chill brand. Now I want to ask you, I've seen you be doing the one-man show. Now what's the difference between a one-man show and a Sip and Chill?
Well, Sip and Chill is our mother.
What you mean?
Put it like that. Sip and Chill is the mother.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sip and Chill is the mother.
Yeah.
Sip and Chill is... That doesn't go unseen. Whatever we do, Sip and Chill will always be with us. Because like I said, that's the status, the prominent, that's the primary. One-man show. So one-man show started. In that time I was losing money. So
Yeah.
I didn't have money to pay DJs. Like I looked at the budgets and the monies I was making and I was like, yeah. But I have enough music, man.
Yeah.
So then it started with me doing 2-hour sets, a DJ and 2-hour sets. And then people were like, now, why are you climbing off? And I was like, okay, now the next one I'm going to do a full show. So then I started with 5-hour sets. That was at 14 Stories at Sun Square.
Bro, don't your hands get sore, bro?
Not only my hands, my legs, everything. My first hour, my knees started to pain already. But then I started with 5 hours. And then the first one-man show, like people really enjoyed it. Like they really, really enjoyed it. I only had like 90 people, but they really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Second one I had sold out. And that was just one-man show. And I was like, yo, I'm actually onto something now. You know? And then the more I continued one-man show, the more it started to grow. And as I continued, Clint L continued one-man shows. I was posting videos on YouTube, getting that out there. Then obviously now it started and became like a national thing. Because I was between PE and Cape Town with one-man shows. And then I think that the big change was last year, September, when I done the one-man show tour. Where I done Josie, Cape Town, Durban, and PE. And then that 4 events was like...
All packed up.
Look, PE was good. Durban was good. Cape Town sold out. Joburg, I had like 1,000 people, my first event.
1,000 people?
My very, very first.
For yourself?
For myself, for Clint L.
Bro, how do you make that step though? Like, isn't that a scary transition, bro? Because you just going to Joburg now. You don't know even if anyone's going to come.
It initially started, I had a venue. It only took 300 people. Because planning in my mind, look, it's my first event. I don't think I'm going to get more than 300 people, man. And then I think in the second week of it was like 250 tickets. And I started a month planning. So I had to get a bigger venue. And I just went from 600, 700, 800. Pre-sold like 900 tickets.
Wow. That's crazy.
And then the last one I had also now. So like I think that tour just established me properly as on national status now. And then everything I done from that. Obviously now when all this has been happening, I actually have a team now for Clint L itself also. Sip and Chill has a team. It's basically the same team, but we just prioritize on what
each
brand
side,
on each side. Yeah. So then the Clint L brand, and then we sat down and said, look, this is how we're going to move for the rest of the year. And the way the bookings came in after that, the tour was crazy. You know?
And then you just said it's time to up the price.
Nah, by November already. I was like, nah. The thing is, what's happened now is that I obviously also don't want to exhaust myself. So I done what I needed to do last year. And I think now from this year, I spoke to my manager and we were like, let's rather work on a threshold of how much I want to earn per month.
Yeah.
And we subdivide that into how many events it is. So if it's 7 events, I go play 7 events. Now you can get me exclusive or so. Because what I was doing in Joburg and Durban, I was playing 3 gigs a night. So they were booking me for 3 gigs, but now it's like a thing of where you pay a certain amount to get me exclusively for the night. I only go play there. I don't exhaust myself. I don't play a week before your event in Joburg, and I don't play a week after your event, whether it's in Joburg or Durban. So I keep that hype for you for that date, you know.
Yeah.
That kind of also justifies why I moved my price a bit up. So now I'm taking way less gigs so that people also bear the fruits, the event promoters bear the fruits of getting me because I wasn't there last week and the week before last.
Yeah.
You know.
And I feel like, bro, all these things you're saying, and I feel like that's the problem with the DJ that we have right now. Everyone wants to play 10 gigs a night. Everyone wants to play 30 gigs a week. Do you know what I mean? Because you everywhere, bro. And I feel like there's no, like, say for instance, I see Clint L is playing here and Clint L is playing there. I'm be like, if I'm not going to see him there, I'm going to see him here. So like, what's the point of this? And I feel like that's the transition. As an event promoter,
you don't really feel, I must pay Clint L 10 grand, but he's going to play at another place with free entry and people can rather go there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look, I done that now in November, December, and it was because people wanted, the demand was so much that people needed to see me, and I needed to get myself out there on the platform and like, almost like just what's the word I'm looking for, but prove myself.
Yeah.
But during December, I was like, yo, I can't even. But it's exhausting for me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like I have to wake up 10 o'clock. I can't. I come in 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I have to wake up 10 o'clock because checkout is 10 o'clock. That you wake up with a lady in your room. Like, sir, you need to leave. You must shower while she's cleaning. It's mad. You must sit at least 4 or 5 hours at the airport or so. To another place. You didn't pack enough clothes. You need to go buy more clothes. You need to buy. You forgot your wash tray. You forgot your toothpaste. All of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, it make you feel like you're all over in your mind. It doesn't really make you feel like you're benefiting from it.
Yeah. Bro, you're actually more intelligent than you come across, bro. And I feel like I've learned quite a lot from you. Like, if I nah, you don't come. No, man, you just.
Nah, fuck,
I feel like as a DJ in general, there's already a stigma behind it.
Yeah.
Like they just. Do you know what I mean? And the same for content creator. People look at me and be like, yo, this man probably wasn't smart in school. Everyone made videos marked. Do you know what I mean?
Get you, yeah.
And you're dropping some gems here, and I feel like a lot of upcoming DJs can learn from this. But there's another thing I want to ask you is your transition to Joburg now. You are obviously doing shows in Joburg, but I also heard you opening a venue in Joburg.
Yeah, that happened after my first event in Josie. And then we started the process in November. We're still busy with the process, but I started the process in November. Myself and another few guys, but it's called Sip and Chill and Oldies. Yeah. So the Sip and Chill brand is getting a venue now.
Wow,
we're looking at franchising it.
That's huge, bro. Congratulations, first and foremost.
Very much,
but man. Why did you choose Joburg over Cape Town?
The opportunity just came up in Joburg. Yeah, the opportunity arose in Josie. Josie's nightlife, I thought Cape Town's nightlife was mad. Josie's nightlife is, the people party there.
Yeah.
They don't need an excuse. Look, Cape Town has a beach. Cape Town has the hike trails and all that stuff. There's not much to do in Josie. So it's the restaurant. Look, the venue they're opening now is the club. So it's a restaurant bar type of vibe, day vibes. Like Sip and Chill is basically. So, the opportunity came. Clint L is doing very well in Josie at the moment. And Sip and Chill, we're going to build that now within this. But I think just everything at the time, and it wasn't really something that I planned on and all of that. Everything made more sense at that time for us to just grab this opportunity and see where it takes us. The funding is right, everything is right at the moment. So let us take this opportunity now. And then we can obviously go further with it and franchise out to Cape Town,
Urban, more brands.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yo, your sky's the limit for you, bro.
Definitely.
One last thing I want to ask you, just a miscellaneous question. You're a very private person, bro. How do you feel about public relationships? Is that something that
works for you?
If it works for you?
If it works for you, it works for you. Yeah. Like I said just now, if something works for someone, it works for someone.
I love this guy. He doesn't want to say too much.
If it works for you, it works for you. And but like there's people that's in public relationships that's doing very well for themselves. And there's people that's private that's doing very well for themselves, you know.
Last thing though, every girl that I speak to, they're like, Clint L, one of the hottest DJs in Cape Town. This is just what I hear on the streets. So you single, taken? Or you
I'm taken.
You taken?
I'm taken.
Fully taken?
Fully taken, yeah.
Okay, sorry ladies, I tried for you guys. But bro,
fully taken.
Anything you must look out for before you leave?
Nah, you can just follow me on Clint L ZA. That's about it. You'll see everything and anything there. That's where you're going to see and be able to see the journey. I'm not stopping now. That's one thing I can say.
Elite. Congratulations, bro. Guys,
man.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, go follow Clint, go to the one-man show, go to Sip and Chill, go support these new venue opening up, and away, love.